boys and girls. I'm sure you're so excited to see what's going on today. And why is this, recording showing you Halloween candy? It's just a day away, boys and girls. Yay! I'm so excited. How many of you love to go trick or treating? I know I'm a little too old to go, but sometimes I sneak my kids candy. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. So today we're going to do a little bit of writing that deals with Halloween candy. And then your independent task afterwards is going to be about your costume. So, a lot of cool things going on right before the holiday. So, let's talk a little bit today about Halloween, okay? A lot of people go and get candy. Oh my goodness, if you take a look at this bucket, there's so many different types of candy you guys get. There's candy corn, Skittles, Reese's. The list goes on and on and on. So, here's my question to you. In your opinion, what do you think is the best Halloween candy? Now, before you think about it and make your choice, I actually want you to think about why would this candy be the best? Don't just pick like right off the way Skittles. Think about some reasons why you feel this candy might be the best one. I love Skittles. Oh, but I love Reese's too. Oh, if I could only pick one, which one would it be? You should be thinking right now. I know. I think my favorite Halloween candy is Reese's. I love Reese's. Do a quick me too if you also love Reese's. Yeah, I see some of you guys doing it. Reese's is one of my favorite candies of all time, and I get really excited when my kids get some. I always try to sneak at least one, maybe two. Okay, so in my opinion, Reese's is my favorite. So I'm going to tell you the reasons why, and we're going to work on kind of like writing an opinion piece. So, a lot of the times when you have opinion writing, you have to have a few things that kind of go with this writing. Okay. I kind of say there's like three big ingredients. Okay. One is being the introduction. Like, how do I start my writing? And in this case, and I'm going to go ahead and put up a cover here. I like to call it the introduction. How am I going to introduce my writing? Well, a lot of the times, and I'm just going to show you two today, I like to grab my reader's attention. I kind of call it like a fish hook. Okay, like I fish, and you reel it in. Okay, I kind of like to bait my readers. Okay, like you guys are the fish. I put a little worm on, bloop, and I'm reeling you in. I'm hooking you. Okay, it's kind of like my grabber sentence. How can I grab your attention? Then from there, I have an opening sentence. Okay, that kind of also, and I'm going to add this here with it. My opening sentence is kind of stating my opinion. I'll put it stating my opinion. And that means I'm kind of telling the reader what my opinion is based off whatever it's asking me. And in this case, in my opinion, what's my favorite Halloween candy? So let's take a look. And I'm going to show you two different ways that we could do this. So the first one is going to be if I talked about using that onomatopoeia. Okay, and an onomatopoeia is like a sound word, like pop, bam, crunch, yum, like words that you actually hear, like a sound. Okay, and in this case, my onomatopoeia that I used was crunch, crunch. Wow, this candy is scrumptious. You notice my onomatopoeia was the crunch, crunch, because that's what I could actually hear if I'm eating this candy. So if I'm eating this Reese's, a lot of times it might be crunch, crunch. Wow, this candy is scrumptious. And I have that in blue because that's my onomatopoeia sentence. If you notice, I start with a capital letter. And after my onomatopoeia, I also end with an exclamation point. Crunch, crunch. Wow, this candy is scrumptious. And I think I'm actually going to change this to an exclamation too because I have that word wow. Wow, this candy is scrumptious. Then in red, I have my opening sentence, meaning this is going to state my opinion. In my opinion, Reese's is the best kind of Halloween candy. So now the reader knows what my favorite candy is according to me. So let's say I don't want to use an onomatopoeia. Maybe I want to use a question. Here's my question. What is your favorite type of Halloween candy? And if you notice, I end with a question mark. What is your favorite type of Halloween candy? And here I go using an opening sentence or which states my opinion because we're writing about what is our favorite candy. If I had to choose just one candy, I would totally choose Reese's because it is the best kind. So there's two different ways that you can introduce your writing. And there's a lot more, but these are the two I'm going to focus on, the onomatopoeia or the question. So crunch, crunch, wow, this candy is scrumptious. In my opinion, Reese's is the best kind of Halloween candy. What is your favorite type of Halloween candy? If I had to choose just one, I would totally choose Reese's because it's the best kind. So now I have my introduction. What do I do next? Well, when writing an opinion piece, a lot of the times you have to include your reasons why this candy might be your favorite. Okay, you have to have your reasons. And since we're in third grade, we should have 3 or more reasons why this candy might be your favorite. And when you're writing those reasons, you should have transition words. First, like my first reason is, or firstly, or here's the first reason why. And then you should have the next reason could be second or next, also another reason. Any of those transition words. And then your last reason could be like finally or lastly, or my last reason why I love this candy so much is. And you always have to have these reasons that support why this candy might be your favorite. So let me go over my 3 reasons. And if you see, I start with the word firstly, and then I have that little comma afterwards. Firstly, Reese's is a perfect snack size. It's round and it fits in the palm of my hand. So there's my first reason. I said it's because it's the perfect snack size. So think about your candy. What would be your first reason why you love this one? Oh, there's my next transition word for reason number 2. Also, you're getting 2 delicious treats for the price of 1. It's filled with peanut butter and has an outer coat of chocolate. Okay, so I know it has an outer coat of chocolate, and in the middle, it's that delicious peanut butter. So you're kind of getting 2 yummy treats for the price of 1. So that's reason number 2. What's my third reason? Reason number 3. And if you see, what would my transition word be for this one? If you said finally kiss your brain, finally, there are so many ways you can eat it. You can just take nibbles or you can take bites of it. So in this case, I said finally, there's so many ways you can eat it. You can just take bites or you can just nibble the outer chocolate and save the peanut butter for last. That's the way I like to eat it. So here are my 3 reasons. And these would go right under my first, okay? So if I chose the onomatopoeia and then my opening, then I would add my reasons right under it. So it all kind of flows together. So now I have my 3 reasons with those nice little transition words before it. Okay, and then the last thing you have to do when writing an opinion piece is a closing sentence, okay? Kind of like to wrap it all up, to end it. So you don't want to end with just saying, finally, I'd like to nibble on it. No. You want to end with a closing sentence, okay? And a lot of the times when you're closing your opinion writing, you have to kind of restate, in other words, reword your opening sentence, that opinion statement. So my opinion statement before was how Reese's are the best candy. So I kind of want to make sure I restate that at the end. So what I did here is I said, after listening to all my reasons, you probably now understand why Reese's is the best Halloween candy out there. Okay, so in this case, I have wrapped it all up and I restated why Reese's is the best Halloween candy out there. So I ended it with that ending statement. Okay, I know we're going to keep practicing this. We're going to keep going over it. Okay, so if I were to write this all, okay, I would go back and I would pick one of these. So if I wanted to start, I would write crunch, crunch, crunch. Wow, this candy is scrumptious. In my opinion, Reese's is the best kind of Halloween candy. Firstly, Reese's is the perfect snack size. It's round and fits in the palm of my hand. Also, you're getting 2 delicious treats for the price of 1. It's filled with peanut butter and has an outer coat of chocolate. Finally, there are so many ways you can eat it. You can just take bites, or you can just nibble the outer chocolate and save the peanut butter for last. After listening to all my reasons, you probably now understand why Reese's is the best Halloween candy out there. So that's kind of how you would write it as well on paper. You would start from the beginning and you would list your reasons and end with that last statement. Okay? So let's go ahead and see if we can actually practice this. Now, you're going to actually get out a piece of paper and a pencil because we really want you to work on your writing as well. It's important to keep writing. So, what you're going to do is you are going to have to get out a piece of paper and I want you to label it the best costume at the top. And you're going to write that complete paragraph, kind of modeling what I went over. And you're going to start with your opening sentence, and you can add that grabber in there too, using either an onomatopoeia or a question. And then write your 3 reasons why your costume is the best, and then add that closing sentence. So you're actually going to write this out on paper. Please, please, please reread it first to make sure it all flows. Then, when you're done with your writing, click the Add Response button. You're going to take a picture of your writing and you're going to post it in the orange box. So you'll post it right here. It even says photo of my writing. So you're not actually going to type on your Seesaw assignment. You're actually going to take a picture of your writing assignment and you'll put it here. So whenever you're writing on your paper, you'll take a picture of it. You can hold it up like this. Make sure it's nice and close so we can read it. And then if you want to, you can actually take a photo of you dressed up in your costume. If you don't have a costume or you don't want to get dressed up, that's okay. If you would rather just draw yourself in the costume, you can do that as well. And if you see, there's a little mirror here. So it says you can either take a photo or a drawing of you in your costume. And when you're all finished and you've rechecked your work, then you can finally submit it. You can find this assignment in your Seesaw. It's called the best costume. You can either find it possibly in your social studies folder or your writing folder, depending on your teacher. We are so excited to see what you come up with, and I hope you all had the very best Halloween you've ever had. And hey, if you have any Reese's, be sure to save them for me. Bye, guys.